Hello everyone, I hope all are fine. Welcome back our geography session, lesson number 12, tourism. So in this session we are going to learn about the tourism. What are the importance of tourism? What are the tourist places in India and how it is helping for our country's development, etc. So before going to enter the main topic, if I will ask about tourism, we all are going for the trip or the tour. It may be from school or from your home, like that. So, why we are going for that? For enjoyment. There are also different purposes are there for going for the tour or the picnic. There are different purposes. It may be for enjoyment and for studies, for religious purpose, for to learn about the cultures, to enjoy the different festivals in different parts of the country or the world, etc. So there are several types of tourism, but normally we are going with our friends or family members. It is for like simple and like enjoyment we are getting. We will be relaxed from our all busy life. Tourism is divided into two ways. One it is short term and another one it is long term. Suppose 1 or 2 days like that within time periods or within the days and all we are going, or for some days we are going for the tour, we can call it is short term. And if we are going for many months for out of our country like that, we can call it is of long term tourism. Okay, so before we are going for this picnic or the trip, we have to plan lot of things. Can you say what are things we have to plan? For example, first of all we have to decide the place, and next the means of transportation by our own vehicle or the bus or the private vehicles, railways or waterways or airways. It depends upon the distance of the place where we are going. And the third thing, where we will stay if we reach that destination. Maybe our friend, our relatives' home, or we will book in the hotels and all. And again, how many days we should be there, which all places we have to visit in the particular place itself. If we decided to visit Delhi, in Delhi lot of places are there, but which all places we are going or we are planning to go according to our time limit, that also we have to decide. And these are the precautions we have to take before we are going for picnic, before we are going for a tour. Can you give some of the examples for the important tourist places in the world or in India or in our state or nearby our place also we can see the tourist places are there. So which one is famous? We know in our India. We can take example of India. If I will ask like this question, can you say the answer? The important tourist places in our country. Example, Delhi, Mathura, Agra, Srinagar, Ahmedabad, Dwaraka, Ujjain, etc. Many places are there in our country. And what is the reason for this? That means we can take one example of Delhi. Why it become an important tourist place? What is the reason? Because what is the reason? We know that it is a developed or it is a main city, and moreover that or Delhi want to say a lot of history what is related in our India, it is saying. Then if we can take the example, that means many good, the many monuments and the forts, these all are located in Delhi. If you are taking example of Dwarka, it is related the religion, religious place it is. Many people are going there for, that means it is based upon the religion. Same manner near our, that means in our state, we can take an example of Mumbai. Why Mumbai become this much famous or popular? For different reasons, people are visiting in Mumbai. One for enjoyment, and the other we can take example for trading purpose, business purpose, to watch and understand the history of India. For this all purpose, it is famous, and many foreign tourists are visiting Mumbai. Not only Mumbai, many places in our country. And many foreigners are visiting our country for the purpose of their studies, researches, and in search of some facilities. Example, health facilities. Then you will think in India. Example like Ayurvedic treatment. You maybe notice that one. In India we have many natural resources. These all are the examples for that. And some people are very much interested to see the sights like hill stations. Many are attractive and some to enjoy the different climate. Some are interested to watch the historical places. For that purpose also, many tourists are visiting in our country. Now we are going to learn about two types of tourism. One it is domestic tourism and the other one it is international tourism. So in its name itself we can understand what is domestic tourism and what is international tourism. What is domestic tourism? Within the country we are visiting the different places. That means I think you are remembering about our last year's picnic or the trip from our school. Mainly 2-3 places we are taking the children for the tour. For example, Bangalore, Kerala, Hyderabad. These places mainly the higher class students are going for the trip. So that means within the country itself, different states we are visiting. It is known as domestic tourism. And why people are visiting like this within the country itself? That means people are attracted towards scenery, hot spring, sea coast, religious places, historical monuments, etc. So to visit these all places, what is there in our country itself, people are traveling or they are moving from one place to another place. And next one, international tourism. What is international tourism? People are moving to the different countries. That means the Indians are traveling to the other countries, or from other countries people are coming to our country or to visit our country. And our country or our economy is making a lot of money through this foreign tourism. We have to promote the domestic tourism. Why? Because domestic tourism is playing an important role to preserve our culture and heritage in our country. And it will give good opportunity to earn more income to our government. Through that, our country will develop, because tourism, we learned that tourism is coming under tertiary activity. So in this activity, people are engaged more, so they can contribute more to the country's economy or to the GDP. So for that purpose, what is needed? The domestic tourism we have to develop in our country. So now we will study the map which is given in your textbook, and through that you will get a clear idea about the different tourist places which is located in our country. So dear students, you can see the map. on the screen, which is given in your textbook, page number 89, figure 12.1. This map represents India's important tourist places. So if you are observing in this map, we can see that in different parts of our country, different tourist places are located. And this each place has its own speciality. If you are observing in the northern part, southern part, eastern part and western part, we can see lot of tourist places are located in our country. So here we are going to see the importance of these places and which all places are familiar to you. Sometimes you may be visited among these any one or two places or more than that. So we will go through the questions which is given in your textbook, page number 88. Observe figure 12.1 and answer the following questions. Use an atlas for reference. Out of these, which tourist places do you know? Make a list. So you have to write in your notebook the familiar places or the tourist places which you know or you visited. So if you are observing, it may be different for different students. So according to you, you can write in your notebook. Just for example, I will tell, we can see if you are observing the northern part of the country, Delhi, Agra, then Ellora. You may be visited Ellora. Ellora is located in our state. Same manner you can see Maharashtra state, Ajanta, Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Chandrapur and Melghat. These all places, Mumbai, Ajanta, Pune, Ellora, Chandrapur, Melghat and Nagpur. So these all are the tourist places which are located in our state Maharashtra. And again, if you are going through the eastern part, you may be heard about the famous places. Many places we can see here in the eastern part of the country, like Shillong, Imphal. These all are very famous. Then Itanagar, these all are famous. And again, Patna, Gaya, Kolkata, Ranchi, Konark, Raipur. Then if you are looking into the northern part of the country, we can see Srinagar, Leh, Shimla, Chandigarh, Mussoorie, etc. And again in the western part, Dwarka, Ahmedabad, Jaisalmer, Jaipur, Ajmer. Then again, if you are coming towards the southern side, many may be visited Tiruvananthapuram. Then again, Kanyakumari. These all may be familiar for you. Same manner, Bengaluru, then Mysore, etc. So these all are the some of the familiar places we can see or identify from this our map. And more than this, you may be familiar or you may be heard or more you may be visited. So you can write it in your notebook these familiar places which all are familiar to you or which all places you visited. Now I am going to read the second question. For what are the selected places famous? If we are observing these all, so just now I told many places. So if we are taking example of Agra, we know that it is famous for Taj Mahal. And again, we can take our Maharashtra, the places. Example, very famous one, Ajanta and Ellora. Ajanta and Ellora are the caves. And again, we can see Tiruvananthapuram, Kanyakumari and all are famous for its beaches. And next question, make a list of religious and historical sites from the map. So if you are observing this map, we can see that lot of places like religious sites or the historical sites. So first I am going to tell here about the religious sites. So if you are observing, you can see that Tirupati, then Konark, Varanasi, Rameshwaram, and again Dwaraka, Ujjain, etc. are the examples for the religious sites. So people are moving to these places for their own personal intention or to visit these religious places. And next one, it is historical sites. Historical sites means when sometimes we can take example of Delhi. So it is from that, if you are visiting Delhi, we will be aware about the lot of things related the history of our country. Especially you learnt about Mughal Empire. So when Mughals were ruling there, they made or they constructed many forts, Taj Mahal, etc. So same manner, many places are located in our country like Pune, Mumbai, Jhansi, Kolkata, Mysore, etc. are the places. From that we can understand some historical incidents or the events. Next question, make a list of hill stations, places having sanctuaries and places along the coast. So first of all, we can see the hill stations. Hill stations, for example, Nainital, Mussoorie, Darjeeling, then Srinagar, Leh, Shimla, etc. are the examples of hill stations which are located in our country. And next question, a list of places having sanctuaries. So if you are observing, we can see that Periyar, Bharatpur, Nainital, Melghat, etc. are the sanctuaries which are located in our country. The next question, a list of places along the coast. Mumbai, Panaji, Dwaraka, Mangalore, Thiruvananthapuram, Kanyakumari, Rameshwaram, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Konark, etc. are the places which are located along the coast. India has two coastal regions. One, it is in the eastern part near to the Bay of Bengal, and another one, it is western part, Arabian Sea. Next question, correlate the physiography and tourist places in India. We can see that the physiography and tourist places are correlated. For example, many tourist places which is located, it has its own physiography or it has its different physiography. Example, we can take the hill stations. If you are looking the hill stations such as Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar and all, in this map you can see in the northern part of country it is located. Why it is located? Because the mountain region are there here. That means here we can see which mountain is there in northern part of our country. That means Himalayan mountain. So physiography is playing. So near to that, these regions, lot of hills or hill stations and mountains are there. So these all places, it is an example for the mountainous regions of India. And another place like Pune, then Ujjain, Jabalpur, etc. are located at a plateau region of our country. Then again next one, the places like Jodhpur, Jaisalmer and Ajmer, etc. are located in the desert area of India. And same manner we can see the places such as Mumbai, Panaji, Mangalore, then Thiruvananthapuram, Kanyakumari, Rameshwar, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, etc. are the places located in the coastal areas of India. So here there are lot of correlation or the relation between the places and tourist places and physiography of our country. Okay, so I hope all of you got a better idea about the tourist places which is located in our country. So please read your textbook well and do the map activity in your notebook.